We're going to have a look at this summary block now that Squarespace has to offer us. Now, this is a really interesting block, which can then allow us to pull through dynamically content onto other places around our website. So for example, if we have a blog and we have a number of blog entries inside of here, then we can also take this content and then start to display things on different pages. So what I mean by that is here on our homepage, we might decide midway down to then have a section where we take this summary block and then we say, go and look up the blog content and then start to put it through. So this will automatically pull things. You could show certain categories or other pieces of the meta data that's in here. So you might decide to have, let's say, the category on, that puts it down here. And then you might decide to have nothing else on for that. But you could also say, okay, I've got my content and I could show all the blogs, but let's say that you've got loads and you have them in individual categories, then you could say, oh, let's show one summary block, but show it just with the training and courses content coming through. So in this example, you could have text that says training and courses, and then it has a load of the content in here. And then for the next one, this could be just seeing all of them. So here's this, but then this next one could be show all. So then this has got everything. This has just got this. But then you can also, in a summary block, go and also pick up any events. So here we've got the events in. I could do the same with the products. So I can pull in the store. Then once I've decided what is my content that's coming through and how I want to go and filter it, then I can also look at the design. So in this example, we start in the default with wall, but then you could turn it into a carousel. And then you can decide how many items you want to pull through. You have up to 30 items that you can pull through in here. And then it's, okay, of those 30 items, how many do I want to be seen at any one time? So in this current setup, we have got 3, but I could turn that into having 4 on that. This aspect ratio then says, okay, of this image, how do I want that to be displayed? So I could turn it into a square, as in a 1:1 ratio. Change the size of the text. So changing it here. This word featured is what up here. So you could decide just to take that off. Then it's a case of, well, what else do we want to be shown? So do I want the title in or not? Do I want the feature or the excerpt? The excerpt being the extra pieces of text that you have added to the individual events. And then let's say I did have some categories in here. Do I want it above or below the title, etc.? Do I want to put a background on it or not? Then did I want to put a border around the outside? So you've got a whole heap of different things. That's with the carousel. You could also turn it into a list. And then you could say, okay, actually, I want to make the image size much smaller. So I might have this here, and then I might make this list a lot smaller like this, and be able just to style things on the page. So again, you could just use things in a creative way, or you could have it as a grid. So then let's just go and move this. Here we go. Got our grid in here. Just bring that to the height because it's just changed things around. So here we've got our grid in there. So you can do a whole heap of controls inside of that. And then you can also, in some of them, be able to change some of the sizing and spacing. So then you can change the column width. So making adjustments here. Then the gutter width is basically this gap between here. So I could make it super close and tight. And then this column width is all relative to the screen size as well. So just be mindful when you are using the summary block that it won't necessarily always stay at exactly that same size, as in 4 as my row, because when the screen gets smaller, it then goes and changes. So you've got lots of different options and functionality in that, knowing that you can pull through from the blog, from events, and from store, and reference that same content multiple times around the website and in loads of different locations. So you've got a whole heap of different controls that you can go and do, which makes the summary block really powerful.